To Delete the Divide, Closing the Digital Gap for local entrepreneurs. You are going to learn so much from this episode of Delete the Divide and how Delete the Divide actually closes the gap when it comes to small businesses. Now, the first thing you should know that Delete the Divide kind of came about through COVID when most small businesses went out of business. And when they went out of business, one of the reasons was because we were no longer patronizing services physically. Everything was done online. So how do you transfer a business that's totally, purely brick and mortar into an online digital space and it still make money and it still creates something for the community that they need and that they want? Well, I'll tell you how to do that. You reach out to Delete the Divide Small Business Connections. And I know you're wondering how can I be a member? Membership is absolutely free. And there's a bit of a criteria here now. You can't just be like, I got a business, I sell these teddy bears on the corner, can I come and get some of that small business assistance? No. Membership is free, but you have to have 100 or fewer employees, okay? So employees do have to be there, and that's within the last 3 years of your business, and you have to make $15 million let me finish. $15 million or less in order to be a part of Delete the Divide. So what we've done today is brought some of our small businesses to task to tell you about how they have managed online and in the digital space with the help of Delete the Divide. So please welcome the founder and CEO of the Braven Agency, Robert Martinez. And also with us is DTD SBC Connections member L. Sanders, owner of No Bounce, best No Bounce sports bra. You brought your sports bra with you.
This is my business.
You should have just had me put it on.
We can do that. Too.
And also DTD SBC Connections member Ryan Morgan, owner of Aqua Equity.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was equity in Aqua. I've got to, put a little money behind this. Have my equity grow.
Heard that.
So let's talk to you first, Ryan. Tell us more about Aqua Equity and how you got involved with Delete the Divide.
Yeah, so we are based out of Watts. We're a social enterprise, so we give back 10% of our sales profits to the community. We do that through product donations. And as a small business, like most black and minority small business, we're bootstrapped. So we use our own money, we don't have investment. And so every dollar, we're trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. And we launched in 2020, March, right before the pandemic. So we had a lot of pivots and we had a great website, but it was kind of stale and we needed to update it, but we didn't have the funds. It cost about $3,000 to $5,000 to have somebody update your website. And so we're looking for resources, and we came across the program through Delete the Divide, and it was an amazing benefit to our company and our brand.
I'm curious, how did you find Delete the Divide?
Well, I just was hearing about word of mouth, really, that Delete the Divide was providing laptops. That's the first time I heard about it, and helping get internet connections to small businesses that are bootstrapped or strapped for cash. And so I did a little research on the website, and then I found that they also can build websites or revamp your website, do social media campaigns for you. So I was like, wow, this sounds amazing. We need this.
Mm-hmm. You talked about pivoting. What was the main pivot that your company had to do?
So our initial business plan involved points of distribution in the retail market, getting the product into the retail stores at that level, gaining distribution and sales volume. But during the pandemic, as we know, that retail opportunity closed down. And us being a social enterprise, we decided we're just gonna focus on the need. Watts has that Flint, Michigan problem with lead in the tap water. So we got called to action. One of our co-founders, Sticks, from Think Watts Foundation is from Watts, and he rallied up the troops, and we went around giving out Beyond Meat Burgers and Aqua Equity to a list of addresses he had. So that was one of the pivots, just to focus on our giving back.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. I know Sticks. Yeah, I mean he does great work in the community,
amazing.
And definitely is always behind people who are a part of the community and give back to the community. So that helped your company a lot to give back.
Huge. So we want to be smart about it. So we, would film we call them donation activations. Mm-hmm. And that product that we're giving away, instead of spending $5,000 in marketing, we would just film the kind of doing good works. Our motto is drink good, do good. And we would use that kind of money, instead of spending on marketing, just to film the giving back and serving the community, and use that as a marketing kind of niche.
Wow. It's interesting to know that giving away free product gives you more money.
Well,
who knew?
It can. We're working on it.
Hold on, Tammi Mac. Hold on. Speaking of Tammi Mac, I am Tammi Mac from Radio Free 102.3 KJLH, and I will be moderating this panel. So, okay, talk to me, Robert, about Braven Agency.
Yeah, it's all about lifting where you stand, and that is standing in our local community, helping our local business owners, like our folks to my left and to my right, grow equity within our business, within our community, and within our society. And so we were founded on that premise. How do we work with our local business? We had a huge company, work with big Fortune 500 companies, but there was something lacking, which was the heart, the soul. And I was born and raised here. I'm from Long Beach, California, born and bred, as I like to say.
LBC.
And so, Warren G used to be my neighbor. I'd throw it out there. You just realize really quickly that people are there for you to help them, and if you help them, they help you.
Right.
And so we started this agency to really help our local business community grow and scale using technology, innovation, and marketing. I was out in Stanford preaching this word to a bunch of entrepreneurs, and I said, I'm leaving this bigger agency, starting my own, helping small business. And that's how we got started.
What exactly does the Braven Agency do?
It's a marketing agency. So we help companies grow and scale using digital and technological tools like websites, social media, branding. Now we're getting into AI, SEO, you name it, we help your business grow.
So what is happening with I may be asking this question way too soon, but how has AI been affecting what you do with your clients?
It's a great question. So one of the things that's affected in any marketing agency, it lowers the cost to produce anything. It slows the operational space, and it makes you accelerate your growth. How do you do that? Well, you're able to understand work processes, and you could shrink that work process very quickly using AI. For brands, when you want to get a content out and you want to test it out, you could create AI images, videos, you could use social media, create copy, create script, create any kind of asset that you can think about, and get that in front of your customers so that they can engage with that content and grow. I like this social entrepreneurship angle, because what it allows us to do is create that amazing content and then push it out across many channels, leveraging AI to create snippets of those videos, created in English, in Spanish, in Vietnamese, in Korean, in Vietnamese, and whatever language you need, right? Because everyone needs water.
Everybody needs water. I'm sitting here, and I'm like, my creative juices are going to work. I'm like, we get the Braven Agency to come up with some AI where you've got your sports bra and your water. I mean, the whole setup is right here to win. And then you got me, so I'm wearing the bra, I got the water in my hand, and the agency is AI in me. This is, look, I already came up, speaking of the bra, L. Sanders, owner of No Bounce. Please tell us how you and Delete the Divide came to be.
Well, Delete the Divide got to me right at this table. Just across the way is Brother Ryan, who at an event that we just happened to be at the same time. We just, in a social networking spot, we just got to talking about what we do and really get into the crux of things. We're both former athletes, so we connected right away. And so he was like, hey man, I don't know what your website is looking like, but I think you need to talk to somebody that can help you out a lot. And I was like, okay, who's that? He's like, Delete the Divide. I was
wow, word of mouth.
Okay, listen. I was like, what is that? He was like, don't worry about it, just look it up. He said, trust me, and I trusted him. And months later, here I am. You look at my site, you look at just the awareness, all my social media, everything they've done for me has been amazing. It's taken it to the next level, because there's a lot of technical things that I go through in putting this together. So they took what I had as a vision in my head, and what I know to be, the scientific part of it, and made it plain for it to translate across any channel, any optimization part of things, or whatever it is. They did it.
So what is one thing that you say they helped you the most with?
Oh, just like, again, translating what I do and how I do it.
How so?
And what's so special about it. Speaking of the technology, because there's a special technology that I use for the bra itself, which is like a memory foam that I created. I had to study engineering. And
All right, brother. All right, brother.
I mean, and I'm not. I'm just an athlete. I have a sociology degree, but I ended up studying like engineering, and I had all these medical terms, all these things, and they took everything out of my head and made it plain to where it translated to where it's sellable. It actually gets the message across about the wellness piece of it as well.
Right. So are you saying all of this technical stuff that was in your head, all of this scientific stuff that was in your head that none of us in real life would ever understand? It's like speaking a whole different language to us. You went to them with all of that, like you just unloaded all of that on them, and then they came back and said, what about no bounce?
Yeah, they're like, there's this L, we got this. And I mean, and actually they spoil me because, normally when you deal with folks, it takes a little time for stuff to take place and things of that nature. No, like in 20 minutes, people are responding to me. I mean, I'm getting calls, I'm getting emails. I mean, they're
within
very
20
diligent.
minutes.
Yeah, they're very diligent, and they're just very hands-on and very helpful. So it helps me translate everything I have to do with this product to get it to the end user.
Is it for just women or women and men?
Well, this product is specifically for women because I'm servicing women that have an issue. It was like what Ryan was speaking of earlier about a call to action. It's like a call to action to help with the actual tear and pull on muscle tissue. It's a whole scientific thing to that. And what I came up with is a carriage of support that can combat that and take that to the next level.
Well, look, as a woman who wears a bra, no bounce means everything to me.
Yes, ma'am, exactly.
Let me just say that.
And that's my promise to women, saying, globally, that we're going to provide a product that can help you perform, feel comfortable, feel supported, and still be sexy as well too.
Okay.
So,
I see your little pink there.
We got colors.
I'm about to run a marathon in a couple of weeks,
That's
so
what
I might
you
need
in.
some water and a bra.
We want you in that. And we're offering sizes too. Real size. Got you. Extra small to 6X.
So let's talk about how long you've worked with LA County businesses.
Yes. So we've been doing this since 2022 in some capacity. We started with a business assessment, understanding folks' pain point. That's what it's about. How do we translate his message in a way that's succinct and clear? How do we get his amazing product to as many folks as possible online? And so we started with that business assessment, and then we realized and said we want more hands-on. We want to really meet our entrepreneurs where they're at. And so as an agency, we partner with Delete the Divide, and we allowed that knowledge that we gained from the assessments to lead into the marketing components. It'd be create a website, branding, messaging, social media, you name it. We take their learnings, we learn from them, and then we were able to create content to push out to our community.
How important is branding to companies?
It's our spirit. It's what I call the DNA. We want to make sure folks resonate with the DNA of the brand. So when you touch this, this is not just water. It's more than water. People talk about sugar water and soda. No, it's what you put into this. And as you can see, Brother Ryan right here is making it happen with equity. He's talking about investing back into the community. So when you buy this water, you're not only refreshing yourself, but you're also investing into the community you're part of. And that's extremely important.
Spokesman.
The Braving Agency.
That's what they do.
They take a brave stance on your company. So, let's talk about how Delete the Divide and Braven help take your digital assets to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is on a platform called WordPress. So if anybody knows about building a website, that is the most user-friendly website. You can jack up your whole website easy. It's not like Shopify. And so we had paid about $5,000 in 2021 to have it built out, and we're not able to update it ourselves. It's not easy just to put a YouTube video how to change and then go back. You can really mess it up. So that said, it was stale for several years and we wanted to update it, and we just didn't have the funds. We didn't have an extra $5,000 to invest in that. So that's a huge, huge asset for them to do the professional work they did to upgrade our website. They did a social media campaign for us, so they're creating digital content for us to be able to use a calendar that goes with this social media content. And I have 4 other co-founders. We all have other jobs because this is bootstrapping, so you're trying to make this happen. So that being said, like, we don't have all the time to invest time-wise into changing some of these things. So they bring, it's like a 20-person army added to your small business, and you don't have to pay out of pocket. So it's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Makes me want to start a business. Would you say 100 or less?
I didn't have these gray hairs before I started the business, so I don't know.
Right.
So talk about how Delete the Divide and Brave It Agency took your digital assets to another level.
Oh my gosh! It just took it to the 100. It went from like a 0.0
to 100 real quick.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Because it was very hands-on, very detailed. The communication, again, I can't express how the communication itself helped, speed things along. I mean, the time it took was little or nothing. And it's just the support too, because then as an entrepreneur, like Ryan's saying, a lot of times it's very lonely trying to do all this stuff yourself and trying to wear different hats all the time. And they never made you feel like they weren't there. They weren't available at any time. Anything that I needed, there was no wrong question or anything that would otherwise.
What do you think what do you think you learned?
Oh, I learned so much. And the fact that even when they did the tutorial, they showed me how to use my site more so, where I can make adjustments and things now that I would have never been able to deal with. Because I'm, just like in football, I wasn't a quarterback. I thought I could be, but I was a receiver. I know how to do that.
Right.
I know how to design. I don't know how to do websites and things of that nature.
Right.
So I learned from what they were teaching me. They made it very easy, very user-friendly. I use a Wix platform that's pretty basic, and it's easy to navigate.
Did either of you have a website in the beginning?
Yes.
Before DTD?
I had one before.
Yeah, I did. That's what I was saying. We use WordPress to develop our website, and you have to pay a coder to change anything. Shopify is more user-friendly, where you can make some small updates yourself. So they took our stale website, it was static, hadn't been changed for like 5 years, and then was able to put the coding into WordPress to make it a lot better.
So you didn't have to switch over to Wix?
No, we had the option. They gave us the option, but it was great that they were willing to work with where we're at now. Yeah.
Now, the big question, I'm about to get all up in your business. How well did you thrive financially before Delete the Divide and after?
Well, it's growing. That's all I can tell you. It's constantly growing. And it's moving at light speed. I'm sitting here with everybody here, so it's just growing with light speed. Like, because it was a full restructure for me. I had to basically start over again because licensing things that I tried to work on before that would take my site down and have to start back.
So they help you with the licensing as well?
So now, yes, I'm in position better for licensing and things of that nature.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so we made a pivot right before we got the services from Delete the Divide, from focusing on just being a retail brand. Now we're endeavoring to have a bottling facility in Watts by the end of this year. So we'll be producing not only Aqua Equity, but private label other people's brands as well. So
well, now that's just delightful.
Yeah, we'll be able to hire locally from Watts and affect the community with economic impact. So what they did with our website was, in this transition, we need grants to kind of help us fill in the gaps, and having a polished website when we're applying for grants, it's competitive. There might be 1,000 other companies, and so that, I believe, helped us stand out. We got a grant from LISC LA, Fueling Emerging Entrepreneurs, and that's where I met L. And so I saw his old website. I haven't seen his new one. And so I seen his old one. I said, man, you need to Delete the Divide, bro.
Like, yo, come here, let me whisper something in your ear. Hey, let me help a brother out. Right. So how often does Brave and C companies go from a small financial gain or profit to a large one, or none to some?
Yeah, all the time. It takes a community, it takes an ecosystem. We wouldn't be here without the other players in that ecosystem. But there's other metrics, right? We got to meet folks where they're at. Brother L mentioned that it's about walking them where they're at and helping them understand, how do you message this properly? How do you communicate that value to your prospective customer properly? And so when you see a website go from 0 or like maybe 10, 15 people go on the website to 100 to 300, then it's just a game of numbers, right? We get 3,000 people coming to the website, we're going to get a conversion. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to go from 0 to 1. And then when we get to 1, we're going to 1 to 10, and then from 10 to 100. And then the analytical component of their website allows us to see the back end. I think they brought up another key point, which is empowering them to take the actions they need on their sites, on their social. That's a key component of Delete the Divide that other programs might not have, which we don't only give the folk the raw to fish, we teach them how to fish. And so that's key.
That's right. How important is social media today?
Content is king. It's always going to be king, especially now we're here in front of folks on camera. Using AI, there's so many great tools to really amplify your voice, but it all starts with the message. Folks that have mission-driven companies, it's just a lot easier to get behind that.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
You start with the mission and the why, and you understand why they're doing it, they're willing to put in the sweat equity. And when you meet companies like this, which I think Delete the Divide does a great job identifying and working with, it makes the job that we're doing that much more meaningful and impactful, and then they feel that we invest in them and they invest in us. And that's when you see the growth in revenue, the growth in online presence, the growth in understanding why we're pushing into content creation.
Ryan, you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but what is the mission? Because Robert says the mission is important.
Yeah.
So what is the mission of your
Equity.
water?
Yeah, we are trying to show that through business, specifically for us, bottled water sales, we can help address some of the equity gaps in the communities and minority communities. And so simply, we're just trying to show that through business, you can make money and make a difference.
And so I ask you the same question, El. What is the mission behind No Bounce?
A global mission of servicing women globally at the consumer and athletics segment of just life itself. Active duty military civil servants for standard issue, PX sales, and then on the medical side, which I'm passionate about too, because I lost a friend to breast cancer last year, who was just 27 years old.
I'm sorry to hear that.
On the medical side, is really a big push for breast cancer surgery, pregnancy, post and pre-op augmentation, and eventually I'll get around to men. Maybe a vasectomy short for men, but I'm gonna take care of the ladies first.
Yes.
So that's what
Right. So I know that not everybody can come to the Braven agency and say, hey, help my company, I want it to be better. Who are the best clients to assistance from DTD and Braven?
DTD, I think it's just that mission of the why. Once you talk to, because we do high touch, this is not a flyover, this is we understand you're invested into your county, into your community, and so we want to match that energy and we want to match you where you're at. The businesses that do the best understand that. They're not just here to make a quick buck. They're not just here to, hey, I want free services, just give me. They understand, no, I have something higher than this. This is just in addition to what I'm trying to get to. So we just amplify that. Our job is to amplify their voice, their mission, and what they're trying to accomplish within their community.
So basically, if a company has a mission and it's pretty clear to you, or clear to your agency where they are going, you can help them better than any other type of company.
There's always that business assessment is so key, is understanding where it hurts. Like one of my mentors says, we all know where we're running to, but we also have to know where we're running away from. And so understanding those two pieces is really key for a business. I know where I don't want to go to, but I know where I'm going to. And when you meet a marketer that helps you understand the social media component, hey, I hear your mission. I hear that you're trying to change women's lifestyle. This is a lifestyle brand. How do we make sure we protect you? We're going to give you a product that allows you to feel protected and safe and look cute at the same time. Like, how amazing is that message? It's so
Sounds
easy.
pretty good to me.
Right? So once you get to that, the hardest part is starting, right? Getting it in front of the folks, and once they touch the quality and the product, it sells itself. Same thing with the water. It's just, everyone needs water, but how do we add value to that water? And so when you think about the businesses that we touch and the businesses that we want to work with, this is a government program that's doing good by the community, and you can point to the tax dollars that's being invested in this and say, hey, this is exactly what I want to, because it doesn't just add revenue to the business owners, it creates jobs. And that's what we want to see. We want to see programs that invest into our community and have a multiplier effect in that community.
Lovely. I want to talk about the actual products now. It looks like I want to buy it. So was that all you?
Halfway there.
Was that all you? Because I mean, the aluminum can is nice. The color says I'm thirsty, it's water, right? And the font is everything.
Yeah.
And I guess this is Watts right here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. The Watts Towers.
Yeah, it is the Watts Towers. Yeah, 10% of our profits go into the Watts community. Every year we donate our water to the TDE concert that's at the Nickerson Gardens.
Yeah.
We started there serving Watts through our co-founder Sticks during the COVID pandemic, and it just kept it going. So no, I have 4 of the co-founders. I can't take all the responsibility. One of them is a marketing guru, Brandon Espy. So he was the one that, designed what we were trying to convey. We wanted to kind of shine the light in a positive way in the community of Watts. It's a very resilient community. And so that's kind of where the idea for the Watts Towers came from. And then the other brand we have, or the other kind of SKU, is our Pure Mountain Spring. And so that has a different label. That label was designed by a wonderful artist named Tara James, and she's local in Lamert Park, and she has her greeting cards that she sells at Soul Folks. So we're kind of bringing it full circle.
So these are her greeting cards that are on here? Is that what?
No, she designed that specifically. We did a
for-
collaboration with Soul Folks for Juneteenth. So she designed it for that, but she is an artist, and she makes greeting cards, and she sells them at Soul Folks. Tara James.
Love it. Tara James.
Nice.
Where's my camera? Here, Tara James. Love it. Okay, so now let's talk about you. But put your baby up here.
Put her up here.
Well, put your
So
baby up
this
here.
is a whole outfit of it. But
Yeah. So we can get a
This is
good,
all- yeah, there you go.
look. We can even
Yeah.
turn her around. Look at that.
Okay. There you go. I'll let you.
There you go.
I'll let you drive, Tim.
So talk to me about.
Okay,
It
so-
feels good.
so-
It really does feel good.
So basically.
Wait, what's in the bag? You can
that's-
put your
just-
towel and
just
your
stuff-
water in the bag.
You can
Okay.
put water in there.
You can
actually
purchase
have
the bag too?
Yeah, the bag. You can purchase sets.
And you put
stuff
your glasses
so
in here?
You can put your glasses.
Okay.
Cell phone,
This really
things
would
of
be
that
good when I
nature.
run the Run 100 marathon.
We're gonna have. Okay.
Go ahead.
So real quick, I'm just gonna say that I designed something that I just knew was gonna be of service to women because I kept hearing pain, no matter how it was described to me, from athletes to friends and people of that nature.
What kind of pain were you hearing?
I was hearing, pulling on their shoulders,
Okay,
back,
yeah.
all kind of areas that biomechanics of breast that I studied. Then I was
Okay.
like, okay, I think I can come up with something that can help with that. So I ended up engineering my own memory foam that would allow it to be lightweight, microbial, reflective of the sun.
So the memory
that
foam makes it light.
Yes, makes it light, and it provides a carriage of support because it's designed to go from the clavicle all the way under the undercarriage of the breast. And if you see on the side, it goes to the midpoint of the underarm because that's where all the muscle tissue can tear. So the goal is to try to prevent that, and not try, but this was designed to prevent that completely, to provide a carriage of support that takes away that detrimental tear and pull on the muscle tissue and allows for a natural flow of movement. Then I added my own bell and whistle because thinking of football when we played, I thought of the linemen would have shoulder pads that you could strap from top and on the sides. And I was thinking when I would hear women say, well, I'm a 36, but I'm maybe more like a 37 and there's really no 37.
Oh, so then
We
there's
talked about
some
that.
sort of elasticity.
So now you have,
I love it.
You have 4-way adjustables, 2 at the top and 2 on the sides.
I love it.
That allow you to customize it even more. And so then we have the accessories that go
So
with
where
it.
can we find No Bounce?
So it's at nobouncebras.com, NOBOUNCEBRAS.com.
And where can we find Aqua Equity?
So we're at the supermarket on Slauson, Prosperity Market, which is a black-owned
Yes,
farmers
Carmen and
market.
Kara.
Carmen and Kara, we're
Oh,
there.
I'm in the community, baby.
We're at Oral Cafe, Oral Cafe,
Yes.
formerly Hot and Cool, and then South LA Cafe. Big shout out to Joe and Celia Ward, South LA Cafe at
Love
6
it.
locations.
And Braven Agency. How can anyone get in touch with you if they want to progress in their business and fly high?
First of all, apply to Delete the Divide. We can still have some spots. We want you to be here next year. That's the first piece. The second piece is Braven Agency, bravenagency.com. Google us, and then if you want to shoot me an email, I'm always willing to listen and help. And if I can't help you, I'll find someone that can. So it's robert@ravenagency.com.
Robert, okay. That's Robert, and I'm Tammi Mac. And another, Delete the Divide, closing the digital gap for local entrepreneurs. What a fantastic conversation. Thank you very much for listening in.
Thank you.